There's a little coyote. I don't know if you can see him. He's so cute. Oh yes, you can see him. Hello, coyote. He's so cute. Tell a little baby.
Good morning from Salt Lake City. We got here last weekend, but we had to work the whole week, so we work remotely. So this is the following weekend, and we finally get a chance to explore. So last night, Friday, we went out to Nacho Daddy. We got some interesting nachos. We saw a celebrity, which is funny because in like 2, 3, 4 years of living near LA, we never really saw famous people.
Maybe a few times at Disneyland, but other than that.
But right there at Nacho Daddy with us was TJ Miller, who played Ulrich in Silicon Valley, taking a scorpion shot. So that was a way to kick off the weekend. Then we went to a cool little arcade bar, and then we called it a night. And then today, the kind of real adventure begins. We're going to be exploring Salt Lake City. I think our first stop is out to Antelope Island, right on the Great Salt Lake. And then we'll...
Probably the museum that we were looking at. Was it
Natural History Museum? Looks interesting. And then we'll take it from there. There's the original KFC we might hit. There's a Patagonia outlet that interests me. So we'll take you along with us as we explore Salt Lake City.
Good morning. We are starting our day at Antelope State Park, and it looks pretty nice. I'm excited to explore.
Great Salt Lake here is beautiful. It's quite a long walk out to the lake because the water level is very low. So I don't know if we'll make it all the way out there. We'll see, but we're at least gonna try. Feels a lot like walking across a desert. I've almost lost Erin. She's way back there somewhere.
I gotta catch up to Ben. He's quite ahead of me.
It's just wide open sand all the way down to the lake. Do you enjoy your walk?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
So the whole goal here was to touch the lake. But we've realized, and I don't know if you'll see it on the camera, but all of these little dots are not dirt or something, they're bugs. So if you start walking towards the lake, all of the bugs like start swarming around you. Again, I don't know if it's gonna show up on the camera, but there's like a swarm of bugs in front of me here.
So we might keep our distance a little bit.
I think...
But we made it pretty close.
We made it pretty close. I would like to like walk down one of these directions and see if we can find a spot that is less buggy, because I'm not gonna go through this. I think all of that dark is just clouds of bugs.
And if I'm seeing that seagull correctly, he's just covered in bugs.
Oh my god.
Chilling.
Okay. Well, let's walk down the beach a little ways and see if we can find a spot that's less buggy. It's too bad we weren't recording, because that was terrifying. But there was like a giant black cloud of bugs coming straight at us, I think because the wind started blowing this way.
And I was just yelling, what?
And I was running away from the cloud of bugs. So I think we've given up on this. It was very cool to see the Salt Lake. I was hoping to touch it, but maybe we'll find another spot that I could touch it. For now, I think we've been successfully chased off by the bugs. We'll make the trek back across the dried up lake to the car way over there. Okay, we made it back to the car. That was an intense walk.
Yeah. It felt like we were in the middle of the desert.
Right.
It was hot, a little bit hard to walk in at points.
But it was worth it.
Yeah.
And it was very cool to go out and see the lake. It was cool to be like out on the lake shore where nobody else was.
Yeah. I can't believe we're the only ones out there.
I know. We're basically the only ones in this parking lot. That said, this is probably more of like a hike thing. You should definitely not take your family here thinking you're going to go to the beach, because that's not what it's here for. Okay, so now we're on to the next thing. We're going to drive around the state park a little more. There are bison here. We drove by one bison that was laying down, so maybe. We're not getting out because A, there's a bunch of flies, and B, these bison are actually kind of dangerous. I don't know if it's going to come up on the video because this thing doesn't really zoom, but that dot right there, and maybe we can try to zoom it in like afterwards, is a buffalo. He's just chilling. He's just eating some grass or something, doing bison stuff. Glad we actually got to see one. There's a second one laying down right over there, but he's even harder to see.
Some things to keep in mind when a bison stops, what it's doing to look. Back away. Some fun facts that we got from this little pamphlet they gave us.
So we're driving down the road here in Antelope State Park, down kind of one of the scenic driveways, and there's a bunch of bison in the road. So there's like a traffic backup because there's bison in the way, which is
so
very
excited.
And people have gotten out of their vehicles, which I would not do. There's a bunch of signs that are like, do not approach the bison.
Yeah.
And there's people on bikes too, which is like kind of scary. We'll see as we pass them here if we get up close and personal with them. We might.
I hope so. But also don't want them to charge.
But they're huge up close. I'm sure it's not coming through in the video. But they are so big.
They're so cute too. They're like...
It's like little ones.
Oh, there is babies. Oh, my goodness. Baby bison. Are they called bison when they're babies too? Coming alongside them. Oh,
this is insane.
my goodness.
That one just like ran across the road, and there's more crossing the road over here.
So cute. I love the babies. They're all wagging their tails. Oh. And here's some more crossing the street. This is wild.
Little baby ones.
Hello, babies.
Okay, I think that about wraps it up for Antelope Island State Park. Up next, we're headed to see the world's first Kentucky Fried Chicken, which happens to be in Salt Lake City. Welcome to the world's first KFC. So far, it seems kind of fancy. It looks like they must redo it or something.
There's some statues outside. I heard that there's Colonel Sanders' costumes, or like his outfit, in like glass boxes inside. So excited to see that. So we made it to the first ever KFC. You excited?
Yeah. Fries good.
We didn't record too much because we were pretty hungry, but it was really cool walking around and the food was really good. After the first KFC, we headed over to the Patagonia outlet. This is the first time we ever saw a Patagonia outlet, so we were very excited. And that wraps up our first day in Salt Lake City. Good morning, welcome to day 2 of exploring Salt Lake City. Today we're at the Museum of Natural History.
Yeah, very cool building behind us. So we're excited to check it out. It gets rave reviews online. People say it's really interesting, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. The museum is so beautiful and we had a really good time walking around it. There was a dinosaur section with a lot of dinosaur bones and facts about dinosaurs, which was cool. We also got to check out the Great Salt Lake area and the History of Life section, which was also very informative and cool to learn about. Okay, we're almost at the end of this wonderful museum. And now we're on the top floor, exploring this sky view. And it's pretty incredible. I love it. Okay, so we just came back to the Airbnb for just a quick break and to change and everything. But now we're heading to the real Up house. So it's a house that's a replica of the house in Up. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited to see it. I'm a big fan of the movie. Ben's never seen the movie before, but one day I'll get him to watch it. But we're gonna take you along with us. So let's go. We made it to the real Up house. It's so cute. It looks just like the house in the movie. Love it. I don't want to take too long here though, because it is someone's house. But happy I got to see it. Alright, so that wraps up our adventures through Salt Lake City. We head to our next destination soon, and we can't wait to take you along. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Bye. So long.